Hello, welcome to another episode of What Was Said podcast. Like, I know it's been a long minute, a hot minute, anything that's long that you can think of. It's been a long time since I've been on this podcast, and it's like, I gotta tell y'all why, but I ain't gonna go in the beginning into why I haven't started back, but it's been a lot, and I'm gonna tell y'all on this podcast because it's mine, and I'm gonna be honest, and it's my life and my decisions and my situations. So if you got a problem with what I gotta say, go ahead, get off down, okay? If you gonna have a problem with whatever I have to say, get off now. Give you a disclaimer right now. Go ahead, get on off. I'm gonna pause. Did you get off yet? You still up there? Okay. If you still stay past this point, that means you got a good mindset, good heart, and common sense led you to this direction to not take heed to what I'm saying. Because, I'm going to say this now. It's my opinion. We all got hands, feet, and toes. So therefore, you know the rest. Lord, this thing's making too much noise in my ear. Okay, there we go. But, like I said, I want to thank y'all for coming to this podcast. For new listeners, old listeners, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you just getting here, I thank you again, okay? I don't care when you listen to this. I thank you for coming to this podcast and listening to me and keeping tuned in because I'm going to tell you why. Like I keep saying, I'm going to tell you why I've been missing. But I want to introduce myself. My name is Vontae. You can remember me as What Was Said. Big Mouth said too much. Wherever flows off the tongue the fastest, as whichever flows off the tongue the fastest, and whichever you can remember the most. Okay, because we all use my name. In common sentences, we will use it. In ethnic sentences, you will use it. So, with that being said, I came on this podcast almost sick and all, like, because I love this. I breathe this. This is what I want to do. This is my bread and butter. This is what I want to do for y'all. Like, I want to keep doing this podcast and I want y'all to listen to me and you come back and tell me, Vontae, I had enjoyment listening to your podcast. It was informative. Only thing I want to get back from this podcast today, you was informed, you was entertained, and you was, I don't say challenged, but it just opened your mindset on different things because we all got different thoughts, different brains, different minds, different upbringings, different point of views. We all ain't gonna see the same, okay? But we all got one destination. But like I said, I want y'all to like, share, subscribe. Do what you got to do to keep me going, okay? Share me with your mama, share me with your friends, share me with your aunt, share me with your cousin, share me with anybody. Share me with the homeless man, share me with the ghost that's in your house that ain't paying bills. Share me with the roaches that's underneath your bed, underneath your mattress, or in the walls of your household, okay? Share me. I don't care who you share me with. As long as you share me, you can share me with Casper. You can share me with anybody. Okay, a view is a view, a like is a like, a share is a share, and it is free. Okay, that's a long intro. I can't believe I just did it off the top of my dome. I'm like, that's why I can't say I love and breathe this. But I need to get to the nitty gritty because this podcast is only gonna be 30 minutes. If that, okay? Oh, my teeth look good in this camera. But I thank y'all, like I keep saying, I thank y'all, thank you. Like, share, subscribe once again. What else? I normally come up with a random question. I need to stop squealing before I get crow's feet. But I normally come up here with a random question when it's just me, but today I'm just getting straight to nitty gritty. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and hold y'all to a long podcast because my attention span is short, and I gotta get to bed. And I did this podcast at night before I went to bed, so yeah, I gotta get to bed because I gotta get to work in the morning for 2 jobs, and y'all gonna understand when I say 2 jobs heavily. But, oh gosh, out of all moments, the devil is busy, y'all. A whole train just came on by in the middle of me recording. I'm pissed. Messing up my goddamn video. I'm glad I ain't paused it. I'm gonna keep it going. But I'm gonna tell y'all a little update about me because my podcast update now. I'm going to be posting more and more because now that I'm not living in my apartment no more, sad, dun dun dun, like, I'm sad. Like, I miss my apartment. I loved it. I miss all the good memories, all the bad memories, everything I had in that apartment. I really miss it. Like, because this was my first time actually moving on my own and getting out there. Like, I stayed with my ex before I moved out on my own, but that won't technically my own. But this time, this was mine because my name was on the lease. But I'm going to tell y'all why I'm not there no more. Now, before I get to that point, I gotta get to my podcast update. Like, I skip past that. But my podcast update, I basically gonna let y'all know that I'm gonna be posting where my card at, because I be forgetting my own self. Every 2 weeks on yeah, every 2 weeks on Wednesday. I'm gonna keep it up. Like, I'm gonna post this episode Wednesday. Well, but technically tomorrow. Okay, so that's why I gotta do a one-stop shop with this. But I'm going to be posting this on Wednesday, every 2 weeks on Wednesday, because I need some breather time. I need some time to come up with some topics, come up with some things, because this is a lot going on in this world, in this United States, and there's a lot to talk about, and I'm going to get to it. But I'm just making sure that I put my podcast first, and I got to understand no matter what I'm going through in life, I got to put my dreams first, because at the end of the day, while I'm sitting here making other people flourish, I'm forgetting about me, the person that wakes up in the morning that gets stuff done. I'm forgetting about me. And I can't keep doing that. Like, I gotta remember that, hey, when all fails, I gotta count on this podcast, because I'm gonna make this podcast into a radio station. Like, that's my all-time goal with this right here. Because I feel like we don't have real radio. We don't talk about real life stuff that bothers us real working people. Like, I get tired of hearing about celebrities. Like, I don't care what Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Taylor Swift, all of them is doing. I need to worry about what people like me are doing to get by, because we're the main ones making those people rich. Like, I can't pay into you if I don't have no money. I can't buy a Taylor Swift ticket if I don't got no money. I can't go see Beyonce if I don't got no money. If I ain't working, I can't go see nobody. Like, ain't no way. But like I said, I gotta make sure I remember me. And the reason why I have a podcast, like I said, is because I was focusing on paying rent and worried about my rental situation versus my podcast. And then, speaking of the other reason why, it was because I came up with a plan for my household to catch up the rent, because my friend that I live with, I thought he had, let me clear my throat, because I'm going to be honest here. I really thought the person I was living with had my best interest at heart. I'm going to say that with that disclaimer. I thought he had my best interest at heart, with him knowing what he know. Being a grown adult. Knowing that, hey, when you in an apartment, you got to let a person that you're staying with know ahead of time what's going on. Because from the outside looking in, I don't know what your pockets look like. I don't watch your pockets. But we got behind in rent tremendously because of the person that I was living with. They weren't doing their part. And I came up with the idea to let someone move in with me to help me pay the bills. And I did that. Then I invited another person over. Then I probably invited another person over. So it's four bodies, technically 4 bodies in one household. Tell me why the rent still didn't get paid either way. Like, it got paid, but I was still behind. So it was kind of like, I was doing this, and all these people in here, the bills are skyrocketing, and I'm working a part-time job, and I'm not getting what I need. Like, to the point where, y'all, this is going to be crazy. I'm sleeping in the living room of my own home. I gave up my bedroom thinking the person that I was giving my room to was going to help me catch the bills up. And me being me, I'm not going to sit here and beg for money, because I'm not a loan shark. I'm not a bill collector. You know when bills are due, we all know when bills supposed to be turned in. So I'm not gonna hound you. I'm gonna just play it out and see what I can do and see if I can, get myself out of this. If I see that I'm drowning more than I'm staying afloat, oh, trust and believe I'm concocted a plan to get out of this. So, fast forward, all of us are living in this house. Everything again done like I thought it should. So, I came up with a whole plan to get everybody out the household. So basically, I had to go to court for the apartment. I came up with a plan when we went to court. We had time to pay up the rent. But I came up with saying that we got evicted, so everybody got to leave. Because I'm just like, okay, September is about to be over with. Nobody gave me any money for September for real. I'm still behind. We $1,200 in a hole. Nothing is getting accomplished. So I got to go ahead and get out of here before October get here. So I came up with the plan to get everybody out of there. And I came up with a good plan. Like, what I mean, I told them it was a fake eviction to get everybody out my apartment. And everybody got out in a timely manner because I came up with that plan. Like, I'm just like, okay, I got to come up with something to get y'all going, because at the end of the day, my name is on this lease. And I got to get me an apartment in the next few years from now. So I don't want to jeopardize myself. I'm already jeopardized because the person I was living with didn't help and didn't do their part, which I hope and pray they help get everything caught up, because our names are on the line. And one thing about me, I'm a respectable adult. I know how to pay bills. I know what to do when it comes to being, an adult. And I put my bills first, and I can say I do regret some decisions of letting it go for so long, when I should have made sure I seen the signs and got out of there before it got too late. But I stayed in a situation where I was just like, okay, I don't have nowhere else to go, so I got to fight this thing out. But I still could have put myself first and said, hey, let me get out of this and just find my own, because this ain't looking good, because the red flags was there, but I just ignored them. So that was my fault. On that part, I can say I take blame on that, because I should have paid attention to the signs when they was there and got out and said, hey, I need to go ahead and get out of this apartment because this ain't going right. So now, this moment, I'm living with my mother. And I don't mind it. I love it. I'm back somewhere. Me and my dog, we living good. I'm feeling good. I mean, nothing like having your own, but I can say I will get there when I get there. I'm going to just focus on me now. I live and I learn. I've been said, once I get my next apartment, I don't want to share again. I don't know if I'm even going to share when I get in a relationship, because I just feel like I don't want to go back to find another apartment, because right now, the way the economy is going, everything is going up, but checks. It's going to take me a little bit long to get me an apartment, but I'm going to push to get there. I'm going to do it, because trust and believe, I don't want to be a burden on my mother, even though I know I'm not. But I'm going to see that better is going to happen, because I've been in the dark spot before for another situation on another date that I'm going to tell y'all on another podcast. But I just know now, next time, I'm not roommating with nobody. Can't do it, never will. Can't do it again. Like, I don't have it in me to do it again. I'm already 33. I don't have no more years to roommate with nobody. The only person I'm roommating with is my dog. That's the only person I'm roommating with. And I can say that roommating now, how you a contract? Have you something where you have a legal binding document saying X, Y, and Z, and making sure that they don't leave you high and dry? Go into it with a contract. That's all I'm going to say. And I can say my goals with me living with my mother, stack up. My first goal, pay off my school so I could go back to college, finish that, and worry about getting me a car. Worry about getting me an apartment, because in the state of Virginia, you got to hire a car to move around. I got to get me a car. And then I know I got to get my license paid off. Like, because driving around with no license is scary. And I can't believe I got my license. I can say I got my license suspended. The lady that caused the accident helped me get them suspended. I was driving illegal. That's my part. I did it wrong. But the accident wasn't my fault. And also, on another note, I'm going to start off with my topic number 2. Because I told y'all this podcast ain't gonna be too long. My topic number 2 is what I came up with. What was topics? Now you know I gotta throw my name in it some way, somehow, and show y'all that my name is gonna be in y'all head, in y'all memory banks. So this is called What Was Topics. Random topics I came up with, or either saw on the internet that I felt like I needed to talk about. And one of them is near and dear to my heart, with me being part of the LGBTQ ABCDEFG community. It is, why do people expose people? I don't care if you gay, straight, whatever you are. Why do people expose people? Me? I don't got time to expose nobody. I did it one time before, and one of my good friends, I call him my gay father, he really informed me on how that hurt somebody. Oh, excuse me. And I can say he informed me of that, and I was young. So I didn't understand what he was saying until I got older. And then I seen a video where, long story short, it was a gay dude and a straight dude. They was supposed to be talking. Long story short, the gay dude ended up doing something in front of the straight dude friends, and nobody knew the boy was straight, and he ended up killing himself and the gay boy. So that really touched my heart, because I'm just like, okay, oh, that is sad. Like, I don't want to end up like that. And then a barber told me his son ended up dying because his son outed the football player, and the football player killed himself and his son. I don't know if the dude died too, but I know he said his son died. And I also seen on Facebook years ago, one dude, I ain't gonna say his name, but everybody knew who it was. His image was all over Facebook of him giving head. Now me, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize about mental health. Now, mental health is a serious thing. People don't take it seriously. And I feel like just because you're exposing somebody because you want clout or you want to bring attention to what this person is doing, only thing you're doing is, one, giving that person more people to talk to and more people to sleep with if they want to do it again. Now you're shedding light to a situation. What they say, if you don't feed it, it don't grow. So if you don't shed light to it, don't nobody know what that person doing. If you want to expose somebody, expose them silently. Like, don't tell nobody. Because if you don't tell nobody, they don't have nobody to go out here and mess with. They got to find it on their own many different ways. I understand that you may found out your baby daddy down low, or your baby girl, goddamn, your girlfriend, you a girl and you want to mess with dudes. I don't know. I'm just talking. But I just know that in any situation, nobody should be exposed. Nobody. I feel like if you want to expose them, just let them go. Let them go. Let them do them. Because regardless, if they're going to do it with you, they're going to do it with somebody else. Let them be free. And I hate how, like, people do it for likes and clicks. And then what if a person does something crazy? Then we're going to be saying RIPs, and now we got to take back everything we said negative about a person. Me, I don't feed into it. Like, I just watch it, and the only thing I say is, to that situation, I hope the person's mental is okay. That's all I care about, is your mental state. I don't care what you do. What you do is what you do. You don't invite me into your bedroom, I don't invite you into my bedroom. What you do is what you do. What I do is what I do. So therefore, I could care less what you do on your end, because it's not affecting me. We're not a Venn diagram where our path cross. We will never cross. We're not a Venn diagram. So, whatever, like I said, whatever you do is your business. So why do we care? Why do people care that much to expose somebody? You take more time to expose somebody than to just letting it go. I don't got time to expose you. I got other things I could be doing. I could be making money. I could be taking my time to get over you. The more time I spend exposing you, that means you're on my mind rent free. You own every house in my brain. Not happening. I got other things I could be doing. I know I got petty things in my head that I want to do to people, but exposing them ain't one. Nowhere near. And I hate how society don't allow people to actually be comfortable with their own sexuality. Like, as soon as somebody come out and tell you that they like what they like, oh my God, I can't hang with you. Oh my God, this, oh my. Stop calling it God, because he's not your God at this moment. He's everybody's. So share him. So why are you, I understand the feelings is going to be involved because you didn't know. Have your feelings. Have your moment. But what a person do, you shouldn't matter. It should not matter to you, because at the end of the day, when they doing what they doing without you, clearly you're not a thought in their mind, and you don't have an invite to the party. So therefore, why do you care? Because at the end of the day, when they doing their dirt, you is not there. So why do you care that much about that person? I'm not gonna care what nobody do. You can fuck a horse, a cow, a chair, a desk, a fly. I'm not gonna care, because you got to answer to that person up there, not me. Or whoever you worship, you got to answer to them. So that ain't me. So I don't care. And another thing, on another one of my topics, why do we work 8 hours and we can't get 8 hours of sleep? Because sometimes we got to work 2 jobs. And me being me, I work 2 jobs. One, technically 9 hours. Another 6. So technically that's 15 hours in a day. Where's the 8 hours of sleep? Where do they fit in at? Because I always wondered, how do we supposed to get 8 hours of sleep and we work 8 hours? And then some of us got other things we got to do in the day. That's why I don't understand who came up with us working 8 hours. Like, who really came up with that? And why? That don't make sense to me. Like, can we just work 4 hours and still get 80 hours worth of work? Like this, I just want to work 4 hours to get the same pay, because we got other things we could be doing in a day. We could be working on things to make us better people in this world, making us richer. Instead of sitting here putting money into other people, making other people rich. And then by the time we get to their status, we're burnt out. And I don't want to be burnt out. I want to be able to, once I get to a certain age and I got that certain set of money, I got the energy to spend it all and do what I want to do. I don't want to be sitting here trying to get there and then I'm just like, oh, I'm just tired. Like, my body's broke down. Like, I want to get to that age and that set of money where I'm good. Like, but that's why I got to stay focused on this podcast. And I always wonder, who are we working for? The company that we're paying the bills for? Or are we working for ourselves? And I'm going to say that again. Are we working for the company that we paying? Or are we working for ourselves? Because it don't seem like I'm working for me if my money going to other people as soon as I'm getting it. Because it's just crazy how as soon as we get paid, we think of paying other people. We can't even think about saying, hey, give me a haircut, my feet done, my this, my that. Like, I need to worry about me because I'm the one that's clocking in doing the work. I feel like if other people want their money and their bills paid, clock in. Go and sit in my seat and do what I do so you can get your money instead of me coming in. Because what's the point of me coming in if I'm paying you at the end of the day when I get paid? My money is not my money. It's your money. Like, I'm trying to get that in my head. Like, what is going on here? Also, I always wonder, why do people, and I know a job is a job, but why do some people take their job seriously? When I mean that, I mean it's in a good way, because I feel like I look at jobs like this. No matter what position I'm in, I can be fired. I don't own nothing in this company. So therefore, I'm going to treat the job as such, because no matter what energy I put into the company, when it comes time to me getting fired, all of that stuff cease to exist. So why am I going hard for a company that my name is not attached to? I'm going to come in and do what I need to do and leave. I'm not putting too much into it because it's not my company. I don't make the rules. And certain rules, I'm surprised the supervisors and other people that hear these rules don't challenge some of the rules. Because I feel like if I'm a supervisor or whatever I'm doing, if I feel like it don't sound right and I got to put myself in that employee shoes that's going to do that position, I got to think, hey, how would I feel if I'm in that position and I heard that rule back to me? I would challenge it if it don't sound right, because I feel like, okay, if it don't sound right to me, I know it's not going to sound right to the next person. Some people might accept it and just say, hey, it is what it is. I can't control it. But sometimes you got to put your best foot out there and say, hey, this don't sound right. Would you want this for you if you in that spot? Make it make sense. Like certain rules, I'm not saying we got to break them, but they need to be challenged. And supervisors, they need to be evaluated by the people that work under them on a Scantron anonymously. No more doing this computer crap, because all of that stuff is not anonymous. Like, they can pull up your IP address on your computer. They know who it is if they got the IT department, and they can go in there and figure out your chat. They can sit here and figure out who sent that message on that survey and type that stuff up there. So that's why I don't put too much in surveys, because I know that stuff can be tracked. I try to keep it PG-13. If you really want people to be evaluated, put it on a Scantron. So we can honestly evaluate these people with them not knowing who it is, because they will retaliate on that person. And I don't like that. Because prime example, I remember I was working, one of my coworkers walked up, being nosy, looking at something that they shouldn't be looking at, and gonna come behind me and say, let me check this and see, like, they was there before me. But you went purposely to go check something when you already was there. If you want to be sneaky, why you ain't do it away from me or wait until I leave? Like, come on now. Just like, I don't know, should I use certain examples? I don't know if I should. Let me sip. Like, prime example I'm going to say is, try to get my examples together, because I got to make sure that I don't get sued. I don't want nobody trying to sue me. That's why I make sure, that's why I gave that disclaimer in the beginning. But I was at people taking their job too seriously. Like I said before in the beginning, these jobs, we just here for a certain amount of time. We all got to know our worth at jobs. We all got to know our worth. And we all can't think that we're bigger than what we are. Because at the end of the day, these titles are just titles. They don't work once you clock out. They don't mean nothing. They don't mean nothing. So, we just want respect when respect is due. If we sit here working, respect us. Like, because I have people, I know when they see me or see how I act, they probably think I'm a rebellious person. I'm just this rah-rah person. But it's just like, no. When it comes to work, I know my worth, and I know what I'm here to do, and I know what you're capable of doing, and I'm not going to allow you to play me when we can all be adults here. You don't got to talk to me like I'm a child. You don't got to son me. You don't got to puff up your chest and show me that you the boss and this and that, and try to be condescending because you know you got the power, because at the end of the day, it's just a title. And all you can do is just fire me. Yeah, my funds might be low, my bills might get behind, but at the end of the day, bills is going to be bills. Because if I'm dead and gone, they still going to be here waiting to be paid. So at the end of the day, you can't hurt me by subtracting my funds. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. Did your life change? Did your house get bigger? Did you win the lottery? Did you get a new car? Did your child become a genius? If none of that happened, why do you got to bother somebody else's life? At the end of the day, like I said, I respect people until they disrespect me. And I just keep it, cordial. And I like to keep it jokey, keep it fun, I have a bubbly personality, so I like to, make sure that people see, hey, Vontae's a good person. Like, I just don't walk around with a bad attitude. I just can't take bull crap. Because I seen how things didn't go right because I stayed silent. And it's like, that's why I say I don't got time to sit here and be the rebellious employee. I just know my worth. And I know everybody else at work got to know their worth too. Because at the end of the day, we are the main ones making the company run. Without us, there's no company. We got to remember that. We got to remember that. Like, after all this whole podcast and all this ranting, we got to remember we the ones that make the company run. Without us, there's no company. So stand your ground. If you don't like what they saying, you can politely, respectfully tell them how you feel. There's nobody telling you otherwise. Because at the end of the day, they going to tell you how they feel. Stand up for yourself. Know your rights. Know your worth. And, yeah, like I said, I'm trying to think of an example. Because a lot has been going on in my past life. And I can say, I ain't not going to use those examples. I'm going to wait. Because it's going to be another day I'm going to need them. Because I know if I say them now, I don't got time for the backlash. But I just know it's going to come a day when I'm going to say something. It's going to be my next podcast. Because I got to talk about it. I got to let it simmer first. Let it simmer. Let me see the situation. But trust and believe, I'm going to talk about it because it's a lot of stuff I can talk about work. But I'm going to leave it at that. And I just want to ask everybody, is work paid slavery? Because it just seems like it is to me. Because we come in, people tell us what to do, tell us when to clock in, tell us when to go to break. Like, we don't have no say-so. Like, I understand we don't have a say-so because we're applying for a company and we're working for a company, but it's like, why don't have a choice over how much how much I get paid, but how often I get paid? Like, why can't I choose if I want bi-weekly or weekly? Why can't I choose if I want to work 4 hours, 8 hours, 16 or whatever? Like, because what if I want to, like, I feel like, why can't we choose the hours we want to work? Like, because I apply for the job ain't apply for me, so I got to go according to your hours, and I can't take time off because you say, oh, these are blackout days. Like, that's why you have other workers. There, you can hire temp workers until we come back. Like, I need a vacation just as well as you need one. I want to take time off. I can't help that these, you might need me on said days, and I want to take those days off. If I put my time into this company and I put enough in, and I want to take a vacation, it should not matter when I want to take it. Let me take it. I earned it. It's my vacation. I shouldn't have to fake anything. I shouldn't have to lie about anything. I need my vacation and I need it now. There's no way you should be telling me when or where and how I should take a vacation if I earned that. I put in the hours, put in the time, put in whatever. Give me it. That's why I say we need to know our worth, because there's no way in heck that we should be putting in all this energy into a company and we don't even have 8 hours of our whole day to put into us. And also, speaking of us, about free speech. I don't know if I should even keep a podcast right now because all this stuff is going on with Donald Trump and everything, and now another train has come on by. But all this stuff with Donald Trump and this free speech stuff, and he canceling people because he's saying they're quote unquote woke and everything. I'm not trying to do politics on my podcast because I don't know a lot about it, but I just know I'ma still keep doing mine, what I gotta do, because no matter what, I'ma still speak when I need to speak, no matter what it is. Nobody gonna silence me. And about this government shutdown. Now, I don't know enough about this government shutdown, but I just know workers are not showing up in the TSA department, and that's not their fault. Blame the Republicans. Blame those. And I feel like they need to sneak a snake or two through there. Let them. This is the perfect time to do snakes on the plane, because the government is shut down. There's no way in heck you can't get a snake out there. Because, I mean, hey, if I was a TSA worker and I'm not getting paid, you think I'm not going to let stuff sneak on by? Why not? I ain't getting no check. If my check don't appear, I don't appear. We both doing magic tricks. Like, cause there's no way I'm gonna come to work and I don't get paid. Like, what? I don't care if I sign that contract. Whoever put that in there is diabolical. Because that's sad that you got people working out here for the government and you think they should work for free. And I hope this don't include the firefighters. Because if there's a fire, you think I'm putting your fire out and risking my life on a free dime? Oh no, you better think twice before you become an arsonist. No way. No way, no how. Not happening. If I'm a government worker, I will not be coming in. And then you're not getting any back pay? Oh no, not happening. I will definitely be leaving that job. You won't count on me to do anything. I don't care if I'm a firefighter, plane conductor, whatever you want to call them. If I'm doing anything with the government, I'm not coming into work. Like I said, me and my check are doing magic tricks. I'm going to show you who the real Houdini is. And on that note, I'm going to close this podcast out because, like I said, I got to get to bed. And I got to get to work in the morning. So thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for following me on my social media. Thank y'all for following me on all my social media outlets. And if you want to be a guest, just hit me up on any of my social media platforms and I will get your message. Okay? I respond in time, but I will respond. But what Ja Rule said, always on time, gave you my all. I forgot, I may have said the words wrong. But like I said, always on time. I don't know the rest of the words. I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on. Okay, that's what it was. But yeah, if you want to be a guest on my show, just hit me up, like I said, on any social media platform. I will get it. And if you want to send me a voicemail about my show, just hit me up at 757-732-6922. And I'm going to say it again, 757-732-6922. And you can talk to me about any and everything. And if you want me to keep it anonymous like them supervisor evaluations, I can. But if you want me to say your name, you don't care, and I don't care, I'll say it. And if you want to talk about something, or you got a topic you want me to talk about, just send it to me. Okay? Because I need more stuff to talk about. Because as long as you here, I'm here. And if you send me stuff to talk about, I will talk about it. And on that note, be safe, be great, and remember, stand up for yourself.